final climb to Master Rank in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Starting from April 2026, ranked battles will no longer update after the final season, Season 41, and will continue until the end of service at an unknown date. The ranks no longer reset, which means if you grind to max rank, you will be in Master Ball tier forever. Despite dreading the battle stadium, I went out of my way to go through the ranked gauntlet for the last and final time. It'll be a lot easier to achieve the Master Rank ribbon for any future Pokemon Ribbon Masters if you're already at Master Rank. Another reason why I felt pressured to get to Master Ball tier this month is fear regarding the dwindling player base. When the ladder becomes empty, there won't be enough players to match against, much less winning enough of those matches to get to Master Ball. At the time of making this video, you can't get the Master Rank ribbon in Pokemon Champions, and I don't want to bet on whether the Master Rank ribbon will be available in Gen 10. In April 2026, I was getting battles easily enough in Beginner tier and Pokeball tier, but once I got to Great Ball tier, I started thinking, oh god, the rank ladder is dead. I'm not getting any opponents. People quit. They gave up. They legit stopped playing because it's such a miserable experience being set back for every loss. I get it. It's not fun being thrashed by legendaries. Oh, you lost? Better cut your progress down to really rub salt in the wound. Just get good. Stop having skill issues. God, I'm trying. When I do get a match, I'm fighting against other sweaty players who are in it to win. I prefer singles over doubles because it's more straightforward. In my experience, the game performance is worse for doubles compared to singles. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet just struggle to run when there's more inputs. Not only that, but online is unstable for me. Every couple matches, I have to reset the game due to communication errors, which makes it more frustrating. There are more players in ranked singles for a reason. You can still win even if you screw up or suffer from RNG bullcrap in singles, whereas doubles feels less forgiving. One bad turn is much more likely to cost you the game. Here is a snapshot of the most stressful and memorable match I had during Great Ball Hell. Me and my opponent both led with Stallers. They had Garganacl and I had Clodsire. Their Garganacl was Terra Fairy, which prevented my Clodsire's Earthquake from being super effective. I couldn't use Toxic on Garganacl due to its ability Purifying Salt, which made it immune to status conditions. However, I was able to set up Toxic Spikes so that the opponent's other Pokemon would get poisoned as soon as they switch in. For like 5 minutes straight, we went through the cycle of hit the opponent, heal with our held item, Black Sludge and Leftovers, and use Recover when we were at half health, except it was mainly me using Recover. It's very fun watching two Stallers wall each other. Eventually, I ran out of PP for Recover, and the opponent won the stalling contest. I had to switch into my second Pokemon, Koraidon. I knew the Garganacl couldn't OKO my Koraidon since it only had Salt Cure left to attack with, so I went ahead and used Swords Dance to sharply boost my attack. That allowed me to gain the upper hand despite having less Pokemon. Koraidon had enough raw damage output to Flare Blitz a Garganacl, as well as the opposing Koraidon that came in right after. Boosted attack from Swords Dance or a Calcompost Terra Fire, all those boosts helped, but Koraidon took too much recoil damage. Koraidon fainted, and oh crud, we both only have one Pokemon left. I know the opponent has the same brain cell when they also put Koraidon and Calyrex Shadow Rider in the back. We have 60 seconds to end this battle. That's how long our stalling shenanigans took. Neither of us have Terra to change typing, cause we both used it earlier, which means Astral Barrage is a correct play here. It was just so stressful seeing the timer count down. Their horse gets poisoned, courtesy of the Toxic Spikes on Clodsire 20 turns ago. My horse is holding a Focus Sash, and during the battle I thought, I'm pretty sure they have a Focus Sash as well. I was really tempted to stall the last 30 seconds, but I didn't. My Calyrex Shadow Rider survives at 1 HP, but I'm just here looking at how fast the timer is counting down, and how slow the animations are. The toxic spikes from Clodsire came in clutch. Literally only won because of the poison status effect. It was such a close match, the battle ends just as the timer runs out. I was sweating bricks, man. Yo, we won. We actually won. That was one match in Great Ball tier, and it was so stressful. This is a team I used to go from rank 1 to rank 11, aka beginner tier, all the way through to Master Ball tier. Amazing team. Rental teams are not made equal. Some rental teams are absolutely better than others. For one, Regulation I in ranked battles allows for 2 restricted legendary Pokemon. The rental team should have 2 restricted legendaries. If you only have 1 or none, you're at a disadvantage. Some details about this team from my experience. Always bring Koraidon and Calyrex Shadow Rider to your battles. The third Pokemon, I usually alternated between Clodsire to set up Toxic Spikes or Toxic, and Dondozo to help with countering stall teams. Generally speaking, you don't want to lead with Calyrex Shadow Rider. Always have that Pokemon second or third because it's just so good at sweeping the floor with the opponents at the end. If Shadow Rider outspeeds the opponents, it can easily 1v3 them, especially when it gets boosted special attack from its ability Grim Neigh. Koraidon is an outstanding lead since it hits hard and can catch the opponents off guard. You're playing hyper offensive. If in doubt, just Terra Fire and use Flare Blitz. It does a significant amount of damage, even if the opponent has a type advantage or is fire type. Both Flame Charge and Scale Shot increases Koraidon's speed, which will put you in an advantageous position against opponent Koraidons. If you're up against a stall Pokemon, punish them with Swords Dance. Calyrex Shadow Rider and Koraidon are both S-tier Pokemon for ranked battles. I've grinded to Master Ball tier like 6 times, and I always despise the climb. One grind took like 100 battles, and I remember feeling so upset. It's not so much the ranked battles I hate, it's more that I religiously hate having to win in streaks to rank up. Let's say one person gets to Master Rank by winning 20 games, and another person gets to Master Rank after winning 50 games. Clearly, the guy with 50 wins played more games and won more matches, but they had to suffer through the ladder longer just because their victories weren't chained together consecutively. They won one, lost 2, lost 2, won 1, lost another, and so on and so forth. To rank up, you need to win several matches in a row. It's just demoralizing when it becomes more of a time sink than it needs to be. Imagine spending hours just staying at the same rank, or worse, losing progress, being worse off from where you started. I just want to get this climb over and done with. That's the feeling that permeates the ranked ladder climb. I feel stressed from rank 1 to rank 10. God, I have to win. Once I got to rank 9, I still felt super stressed. Even at rank 9, all it takes is an unlucky losing streak to send you tumbling down to rank 7. Welcome to Great Ball Hell. Great Ball is the hardest part of the climb. Reaching Ultra Rank felt like a huge weight off my shoulders. I made it. It wasn't even Master Rank that made me feel relieved, it was Ultra Rank. Getting to Ultra Rank is like the same as getting to Master Rank. Some people say the hell really begins at Ultra Rank, but I disagree. Ultra Rank is the finish line. You've made it. Everyone else quit before getting to Ultra Rank. I'd much rather be in the stable hell of Ultra Rank than yo-yoing up and down between the Great Ball ranks. At Ultra Rank, you just need to win 4 games in a row. 1 winning streak left. 4 wins is much better than needing like 12 wins to get up from rank 7 to rank 9 again. Of course, the last battle to get in is always stressful. You can be matched up with people in Master Rank at Ultra Rank. Heck, the last guy I battled was already a Master Rank. God, have mercy! Is that freedom? Oh my god, we're finally free. I never have to climb this ranked ladder ever again. Peace out!